Yes, sir. Go ahead. Start. Introduce.
My name is Avishkar Mangal and I'm attached to Masaya Primary.
My name is Aslam Mohammed. I'm attached to Skilling Primary.
My name is Cindy Mangal and I'm attached to number 60 primary.
Yes, sir.
Literacy pillar. Composition or fluency is one of many literacy pillars in the English language. Other literacy pillars include phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary, comprehension. We will be focusing on composition fluency. Composition writing. Main idea of reading or writing a composition. The main idea of reading or writing a work is communication and information exchange. Reading involves deciphering and understanding writing language to gain knowledge, diverse meaning, and enjoy literacy works. Writing, on the other hand, is a process of expressing thoughts, ideas, or information in a systematic and coherent format. To convey a message to an audience, reading and writing are both fundamental literacy skills that support effective communication, critical thinking, and information sharing in a variety of content. Harvard 2004. Composition. What is a composition? The way elements are arranged in a photo. Elements are things, parts, or objects found within a photo. Why is good composition important? Makes a well-balanced photo. A strong composition attracts viewers. It gives a flow through your photo. Helps the viewer focus on something first and then keep looking around at the smaller details, keeping them interested. Composition. Composition generally refers to the arrangement or combination of elements that make up a whole. In a variety of contexts, this includes musical works, written works, or even an image. Kings 2009. Video showing what is a composition or examples.
Hi friends, welcome to the Modern Learning. Our today's video is about the most frequently asked question, and that is, what is a composition? So let's check out. Composition is another word for writing, the act of writing, or the piece of writing that results. The word composition comes from the Latin componere, meaning put together. It can also be defined as the way a writer crafts words, sentences, and paragraphs to create a coherent work. More broadly, composition writing covers all the kinds of writing you'll encounter as a student. Now, there are broadly 4 types of a composition. Let's check out the types of a composition. The first is narrative. This is when a writer is narrating an incident or story through composition. The next type is descriptive. In this type of composition, a writer will describe a place, an object, or an event. The other type is expository. In a composition, a writer presents a balanced study of a topic. It is completely based on facts, statistics, examples, etc. And the fourth type is persuasive. Here, the purpose of the composition is to get the reader to your side of the argument. So friends, what type of composition you're going to write today? Write in the comment.
A short composition has three main parts: A introduction, B body, C conclusion. Literacy pillar. Composition. The literacy pillar is a context of writing. It refers to the basic skills and ability associated with reading and writing. This includes the ability to understand writing information, express thoughts coherently in writing and communication, and exchange ideas effectively. The composition aspect specifically focus on creating writing piece, whether it be essay, articles, reports, or other formats of writing expression. Key components of the literacy pillar in composition include reading comprehensions. The ability to understand and interpret writing materials is important. This includes understanding main ideas, identifying details, and drawing conclusions from the text. Esteem 2008. Writing skills. This includes proficiency in constructing clear and organized sentence, paragraph, and overall composition. It involves comprehending grammar, punctuation, and vocabulary to convey ideas effectively. Critical thinking. The literacy component emphasizes the development of critical thinking skills that enable individuals to analyze information, evaluate agreement, and express reasoned opinions in writing. Adams 2001. Communication. Effective writing communication is a key. This involves communicating idea in a way that is easily understandable to the target audience through informative, persuasive, and descriptive writing. Creativity. This ability to express oneself creatively is also part of the composition aspect. This includes imaginative and original approaches to writing, fostering individuality in expression. Yeats, 1993.
Right. The background of the pillar, composition. As we know, composition is one pillar in a set that deals with literacy. So in this composition, a cultural background, it's an important aspect of a compositional research. It admits that writing is influenced by cultural beliefs, values, and practices. Each culture has a unique approach to writing. This can affect the way people express themselves and express their thoughts. It's in 2004. Now, a cultural background is basically the way how we can implement or integrate culture into the writing process. The way how we can use culture and create examples, create values and belief and put it together into a composition to make it into a real life something or into a historic something. Composition studies. The historical development of composition research is late 19th and early 20th centuries. At first, the focus was only on IT grammar and theory. However, over time, scientists I realize that writing is more than just grammar and structure. This is from Paul 2001. So he realized that over time that writing is just more than grammar and structure. It's not just about walking into the class and just teach grammar and start the basics about grammar. Composition, you have to spend time with composition in order to get the people to write a good composition. They got to build a writing process. They got to know how to create this paragraph with a topic sentence and the developing sentences. The historical development of composition continues. The historical development of composition research is late 19th and 20th centuries. At first, the focus was on I teach grammar and theory. However, over time, scientists I realized that writing is more than just grammar and structure. This is from Paul. Composition began to be viewed as a creative and social process, including expression and interaction of ideas. So here is where we're talking about you plan something in order to write a composition, you have to exchange ideas. Put it into a plan, draft a plan before you can attempt write it. Then you can know which idea and which topic to choose and so on. Diverse audience. Parties studying composition. We study how people write and how they write in different contexts. It can be focused for effective influence and communication. Paul Tarak, 1987. So everybody can write composition in different ways, different contexts, different expression, and they can create a composition in different ways. All of those you have to understand when writing a composition. You have to plan a composition shows the way how you intend to write a composition, or how the people intend to write a composition. You have to explain that way to them. How influential thinkers associated with composition. So here are a few people, how they work, or how they associate themselves with composition writing. Now, Aristotle rhetoric often referred to as the father of rhetoric, laid the foundation of our understanding and persuasion and effective communication. His concept of ethos, pathos, and logos remain central of the study of rhetoric and composition. Continues Plato's dialogue, especially the Phaedrus and Gorgias' explanation and ethical implementation of rhetoric. His skepticism about the persuasive power of rhetoric led later thinkers to critically examine the ethics of persuasion. So composition can write in terms or to persuade people, to capture people's attention, to continue read the composition, or even to the writer to encourage the writer to continue write that composition, continue write and write. So this is from Plato 430. Cicero, is a Roman statesman and orator. Cicero's rhetorical works, such as the Orator, and the Orator emphasized the importance of rhetoric, style, and persuasion. His principles of invention, arrangement, style, memory, and expression formed a classical rhetoric. Cicero 109 BCE. Continuous Quintilian is another Roman. Quintilian's Intitiro Oratora is a comprehensive guide to the teaching of rhetoric. So all of these deal with the rhetoric and the way of how they approach composition in terms of teaching. So here he is saying he emphasized the importance of moral character, implementation, and practice in developing effective orators. Corinthians 17 CE. John Luke and Enlightenment philosopher Luke's essay on human understanding or comprehension and others' work influenced modern ideas about the relationship between language, thought, and reality. He emphasized on clear, precise language and empirical observation laid to the foundation of modern compositional theory. So he actually deal with the theory is Luke 1702 is here we were talking about the relationship or how both language, thought, and in reality, in real life experience could come together to write a composition or to get a composition in a real life something. So a composition that we have to write in just, on thinking. You could write in terms of real life exposure as well. So Lord. Features essay, rhetorical situation. It's famous for his study of rhetorical situations. Introduce concept of desire, audience, and conscience as important elements in understanding rhetorical discourse. These structures have played an important role in analyzing and constructing persuasive text. So here it is a game of persuasive. The way how you write, that's how the reader going to want to read. If you write something and you repeat something or have tons of words and it doesn't really make sense, the reader would not be attracted to it. The reader would not want to continue to read. You just read the first or second paragraph and that is it. So this is from Bitzer, 1851. Cannot work. Work's concept of identification, his dramatic approach to rhetoric had a significant impact on composition theory. His work, such as the rhetoric of motives and language, as symbolic action, explored the role of language in shaping social relationships and constructing identities. So here is where you actually build a relationship, indoor composition, constructing identities, building adding characters into the composition and build it from, from building from character, make sure the composition have characters and have all the other parts or the whatever the composition have to get. Number 8, continue again is Michael Foucault's series of discourse and power form the basis of critical approach to the study of composition. His work, including the archaeology of knowledge and discipline and punishment, analyze how language structure, knowledge, and shape social institutions, influencing scholars' understanding of the dynamics of language and the power of writing. So this theory is actually the power form basis of critical approach, the way how you approach a composition, how the people approach a composition, the way how they put forward the plan, the way how they write a composition. That is what this theory is talking about. Foucault, 1931. Yes.
Basic of composition. The basic of composition rests on many foundations. These include language proficiency, deal with grammar and vocabulary, writing mechanics, understanding and applying proper writing foundations. General awareness. Appreciate different writing styles, adapt writing in various contexts, create creative pieces, etc. Information literacy, the ability to navigate, evaluate, and synthesize. How can composition impact modern practice? Critical thinking development. Essay assignments. Challenges students to think critically, analyze information, and construct responded arguments. This is consist with an emphasis on critical thinking skills in modern education. Communication skills. With today increased emphasis on communication skills, writing classes help students develop effective writing communication skills. Prepares you for a variety of academic and professional situations. Technology integration. Modern educational practice often incorporate technology. Writing goes beyond traditional essay to include digital writing, blogs, and multimedia presentation tailored to the digital literacy needs of today's world. Example of composition: essay, analytical essay, persuasive essay, and exploratory essay help students create the ability to organize and present their thoughts coherently on a specific topic. Research papers. Conducting research and presenting findings in a constructive paper emphasize critical thinking, information literacy, and academic writing skills. Creative writing. Short stories, poetry, and other creative writing exercise encourage individual expression, imagination, and the use of literary device. Argumentative writing. Constructing arguments on a contemporary situation, defining a position, and addressing counter arguments develop persuasive writing skills. Collaborative writing. Group projects where students collaboratively write reports or presentations foster teamwork, communication, and the ability to integrate diverse perspectives. Multimedia presentation, integrating writing with visual elements in presentation or blog posts develops digital literacy and effective communication across different medias.
Continuing or?
Yeah. Business writing, creative crafting professional emails, reports, and business letters.
One's critical.
Hones practical communication skills essential in the workplace. These examples above showcase the versatility of composition in addressing various literacy skills, including critical thinking, communication, creativity, and adaptivity across different genres and formats. You take over, sir.
Examples of applied literacy. The music. Now, applied to literacy practices serve as a multifaceted lens through which to examine complex dynamics of identity, culture, power, meaning making, and pedagogy. By analyzing a song's lyrics, themes, and cultural context, students can understand how music reflects and shapes individual and collective identities across diverse cultural landscapes. Additionally, music often serve as a platform to challenge power structure and advocate for social change, sparking a discussion about power dynamics in society. So by listening to music, this basically telling you by listening to music and the culture, the power, meaning, and the pedagogy of a music can enable you or help you to write themes and so on in a composition. Like the topic sentence and help you to build from a composition. Similar to seeing. When you see things, you could write. Remember, you could write. Now, the language and dialect used in applied literacy provide a rich foundation for exploring the intersection of identity, culture, power, meaning-making, and pedagogy. By exploring the nuisance of linguistic diversity, students can understand how language choices reflect and shape individuals and group identities in diverse cultural contexts. Moreover, language is used as a means of maintaining and challenging power dynamics by providing insight into systems of social hierarchy and privilege. Now, the way of how we use language and dialects in our composition and exploring the different identity, culture, the different pedagogy, this and the linguistic diversity, here is where people can understand how the different language tries to reflect and shape personal identities in their culture, in their background, and so on. Videography. Now, videography of applied literacy provides a dynamic environment of exploring of complex interaction between identity, culture, power, meaning-making, and pedagogy. Video production and analysis allows students to visually depict and think critically about various aspects of identity and culture, including language, tradition, and social norms. Videography also provides a platform of explore power dynamics and visual narratives, highlight representation of marginalized communities, and challenge dominant distortion. So here, basically talking about the same thing you see. You could write, you carry them on a tour, you use the videography in terms of drawing photograph and show them the photograph, like a photograph of a kaiju, for example, and they could see, they could describe, they could write, they fill in their writing skill. From write, they could read, it help them in the English language.
So Aslam is here.
Okay, Miss, can I continue?
Sure.
Can I say inside, Miss? Visual arts.
Visual arts. Visual arts serve as powerful tools for applied literacy to explore connections between identity, culture, power, meaning making, and pedagogy. Through the creation and analysis of work works of art, students can visually represent and question various aspects of identity and culture, exploring topics such as representation, symbolism, and heritage. The visual arts also provide a platform for students to explore power dynamics while critically analyzing how artistic choices reflect and perpetuate social hierarchies. Additional examples of applied literacy. Number one, language, identity, and culture. Investigating literacy, poetry, or oral traditions from various cultures allow us for an exploration of how language shapes and reflects identity. It involves understanding the nuances of linguistic diversity and its connection to cultural identity, power, and pedagogy. Examining language in educational settings uncover power dynamics related to linguistic diversity. Addressing pedagogic approaches that consider multiple language backgrounds fosters inclusive learning environments. Luki 1675. Number two, power and meaning making. Studying the role of music in social movements or protests recalls the power dynamics and embedded in musical expressions. It also involves understanding how people make meaning from the lyrics and melodies influencing their perspectives. Number three, videography. Identity and power. Analyzing visual narratives in films or documentaries unveils how characters' identities are portrayed and how power dynamics are deceptive visually. Examining representation in media contributes to discussions on inclusivity and diversity, meaning making, and pedagogy. Creating and analyzing educational videos for teaching purposes involves the intentional use of visuals and narratives to facilitate meaning making. This approach connects pedagogy with the multimedia aspects of videography. Quintillion composition can align with current educational needs by 1. Digital literacy. This includes the uses of blogging and multimedia presentation that add to the modernization of today's world. 2. Communication skills. Composition helps students to develop written communication skills in an era where effective communication is crucial. Number 3, assessment challenges. This can be subjective, leading to challenges in providing standardized and objective evaluations. Number 4, time constraints. In a curriculum overloaded with content, teachers might feel pressure to prioritize content coverage over the extending writing composition demands. Conclusion. In conclusion, literacy levels serve as building blocks for improving communication skills, critical thinking, and a love of lifelong learning. We focus on reading, writing, and comprehension, helping people confidently and competently navigate the complexities of our interconnected world.
And this was the end of our presentation.